Welcome back to another episode of NA Now. I'm Brandon Hofstra, joined here by Minnesota Wilderness head coach Dave Boitz. Coach, how are we doing today?
Doing outstanding. How are you?
Doing good. Can't complain. Can't complain. Let's get into this real quick here. Obviously, we'll take a look back at last season. You guys finished fourth in the Midwest Division, a record of 35, 23, 1-1, 72 points. You went to the playoffs. You took down the first seeded team out there of Fairbanks, and then lost to Anchorage in the division finals. But kind of put us in your shoes, put us behind the bench, and talk about last year, what you took away.
Well, last year was an interesting season. We started really well, and then we ran into just a number of injuries and issues with our goaltending, and we went on a little 9-game losing streak going into the Christmas break. But then we came out in the second half, and I think the second half we were like 23-6 or something crazy like that. So we had a really great second half. Um, we finished fourth in our division, but I think it was all within 4 points, and we were certainly as good as anybody in the division at the end of the year. So we were really happy with the way the team came around in the second half.
Let's talk about ending that season last year as well. You guys came out of the year with 11 players committed to play at NCAA schools. What does that mean to you?
Well, we really were very proud of our program and what we were able to accomplish. A number of kids playing Division I hockey at really high-end schools, and of course another bunch of kids drafted in the USHL. And so we felt like we did our job, developed the kids, and got them to move to the next level.
Let's talk a little bit about that team from last year moving into this year coming forward. Who can we see returning out there that you know of right now that'll be 100% out there, and some guys that are going to be vets that you're going to be leaning on this upcoming season?
Yeah, well, I mean, Cole Gordon's been here. It'll be his third year, and he's going to be an outstanding veteran for us. Charlie Erickson is coming back. Charlie had 20 points last year and had a little bit of some spotty injuries and things. And Bryce Howard, we think, is got a real talent and scored, played great in the playoffs for us, and scored 7 or 8 goals for us last year. Kelvin Knight was an all-around, worked hard, showed up every day, played really well for us. Conrad Kausch and net. Severi Sulinen, our Finnish defenseman. So we have a handful of guys. Ren Morquay finished the season with us last year. So we have a handful of guys that we think are going to be able to step in, and obviously played here and have some experience. And so that should be a good place to start.
Definitely. And speaking of experience, you've added some experience with your coaching staff behind the bench. Brent Skinner coming in. Talk about what he brings. Obviously, some USHL experience as well, junior hockey experience. But talk about Brett coming in with you guys.
Well, I think we're really lucky to have him. It was a great find in the off season for us, and Brett's had a great playing career. He played at the University of Denver before playing professionally for like 12 or 13 years, and was an All-American there and won a couple national championships. And he's been at Sioux Falls now for the last 5 seasons, and coached under Scott Owens and Marty Murray, both outstanding coaches, and both just couldn't have enough good things to say about him. So we're really happy to have Brett, and he's going to be a great coach. We also hired Kyle Brody as an assistant coach in the off season as well. So we have 2 new coaches coming in. So we're really excited about both those guys. Kyle out of Colorado was in the Wenatchee program for the last several years, and he and his wife made the trek east here. So we're excited to have both our coaches, and it's going to be a fun season.
Let's talk about as we continue to move our way now into this upcoming season. But we had the NAHL draft where you and your staff sat down and obviously picked some building blocks that you've laid from last season coming into this year. But what are some of the gaps you're looking to fill, and what are you expecting from your team this upcoming season?
Well, I think what we need is our big question mark now is where our scoring is going to come from. So we do have a lot of high-end scorers that for now are in the USHL. So the guys that I've mentioned that are coming back, none of them were any of our top scorers last year. They were all strong players that played a huge role on our team. But I think that's the number one thing is we're gonna have to try to find some scoring, and that's I'm guessing a lot of teams are in the same boat.
NAHL showcase coming up here in about a month or so. How excited are you to get things going with your team?
Very excited. Yeah, we start next week, the 29th, and we're excited to get practice rolling. We have an exhibition game right away, the first weekend, a home opener the 9th and 10th. We never played that early, and we'll not even have 2 full weeks of practice in before our home opener, and then right after the showcase. So we're really excited to get things rolling, and it can't come soon enough.
And then right after the showcase, you guys have 10 games right in a row at home. So no travel for you guys, won't be hitting the bus. But how important is it to get off to a fast start and then keeping that home ice advantage, obviously, 10 games into the season?
Yeah, is that what it is? I didn't actually count, but I know we have a heavy home schedule, which there's a lot of different ways to look at that. But we're excited to be at home, and it'll be good, and get the guys used to playing here, and hopefully we had a really great home record last year, and hopefully with that can rebound into this year, and we'll continue that.
Well, Dave, we appreciate your time, and we're rooting for you guys this upcoming year. Once again, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.